Has there been a particular sector or sectors that have managed to work better in a more sort of hybrid environment? Or are there examples of maybe personalities? I know the tech sector was specifically driven by sort of an introverted type worker, and the preference being from work to home. What have you seen in your experience?
So I think if you're in more of an admin role, it certainly assists you because you don't have to be collaborating or working with other people. But that said, a lot of admin people are more introverted. And even introverted people need to socialise and have their office friends or their office families with them. With the tech sector, I mean, Apple's been desperate to get their people back to work because they feel they're not as innovative or creative, same as Tesla. So I don't think it's limited to one sector. I think it's actually across the board. And you've got to start getting people to interact again. People have become very secluded, being stuck at home. And although that they might not realize it.
So I think you've hit the nail on the head. And if I try and take any significant aspect from the hybrid environment or the drive to work from home, it's around the social factors. And one has to consider that there's probably three main social circles, in that there's your personal relationships and with family, then there's your friends and your interaction with them, and there's no doubt that there's the third part, and that's the office environment and the social interaction that's required there. And I believe we will go down a slippery slope if we choose to drive a process that allows people to become more introverted.
And I think that's what's kind of been happening, because any office we're building right now, the reality is it's a prototype. And I think that's probably the challenge for a lot of landlords and developers, particularly internationally. People were signing 10 to 15-year leases. Now they want a 3 to 5 year lease, which has always sort of been the tradition in South Africa because people don't know where they are going. And really the definition of hybrid is a flexible office, a space where you merge the virtual and the physical, so people being at home and people in the office together, and it's a completely non-assigned space. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges why people don't want to come back to work. And I really experienced it myself for the first time, got my head around it. I walked into a very big corporate of a few thousand people a few weeks ago, where you really pick a desk. And I thought, here you're coming to an office which is a quarter full. You're picking a desk and sitting next to someone you're completely insecure with. You don't know, you've got nothing to say to them. So you're never going to build a team dynamic or a company culture. And I think that's probably the biggest thing we're battling with at the moment, why people don't want to come to work. We all love to sit where we know, with the people we know, interact with what we know. That's what people are.